Hold it right there. You're supposed to be in that holding cell. You're not going anywhere. There's a full complement of guards in the next room. As soon as I get them, you're going back to your cell. In a body bag, if necessary.
You realize I was let out, right?
On whose authority? I have no records of that. You're supposed to be in a holding cell.
The president. Your boss? So maybe you should let me go by before you get in some trouble.
Colonel Autumn is the only one authorized to see the president. Don't move. I'm gonna find out what's going on here.
What's wrong with your eyes? Don't worry.
Mr. President, I'm sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Williams. I have an unauthorized individual here who says he's supposed to speak with you.
I'm surprised to hear from you, Lieutenant. I don't recall authorizing you to contact me directly.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that. It just seemed out of the ordinary. I apologize.
Apology noted, Lieutenant. Yes, I instructed our friend to come up to the control room. No questions, no interference. Am I understood?
I understand, sir. Again, I apologize for the interruption.
Allow our friend to pass and report to your superior for reassignment, Lieutenant, at once.
Yes, sir. Hello. I guess you'd better be on your way. Sorry for the interruption.
Attention to all Raven Rock personnel.
Raven Rock.
This is your president speaking. I've invited our guest from Vault 101 to my office. Please do not impede his progress. Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay, I'm at 3B. Raven Rock. Wow, they've got a hell of a facility here. What would it be like if I could take over something this high-tech? Make a city of my own or something? Okay, so... looks like... I need to go that way. I think? Yeah. Not the most cozy of places, but a nice power base.
Attention! This is Colonel Autumn. You are hereby ordered to ignore the President's previous directive.
What?
The prisoner from Vault 101 is to be shot on sight. I repeat, shot on sight.
You should just ignore that order. Yeah, ignore the colonel. Listen to the president. He's higher rank. That's how that works. God damn enclave. What? Are they experimenting on death claws? Are you people stupid? Hey, I'm sorry, that's a dumb question. Of course you're stupid! You people might actually be the single stupidest group of idiots, and I've encountered raiders who kill and torture themselves. And you're still stupider. Whoa! Hey there, watch where you're shooting there, buddy. Oh, you've got some real armor, don't you? I could use some repairs, sure, why not? You don't mind if I borrow this, do you? No? Okay, thank you. That's really helpful. Yeah, you guys have my armor on. Dang. There we go. How did I switch to this for a little bit? Fight fire with fire and all that. Wait, 2A? Is that where I want to go? Shoot. No, I want to go to 2C. Where's 2C? It's 2... this way. Do I want to go to 2C? Yeah, 2C. Okay, so 2C is this way. There we go, 2C. Perfect. On the road again. Just can't wait to be on the road again. Gonna kill all the enclave idiots when I get on the road again. A couple more. For good measure. Wish these things weren't so damn heavy. I'd carry a bunch of them with me. Spare parts. I'll carry a couple with me. Just a couple for the future. For the road, you know. A souvenir of when I was held prisoner by the Enclave. But then the president wanted to speak to me, but then for some frickin' reason, the Enclave decided to ignore their own president. I'm just kind of... Listen, I don't want any problem. Whoop. And now the Enclave are killing each other. Sunrise, sunset. Sunrise, sunset.
A nice day.
Yeah, you too.
Proceed now. Please proceed.
Sure. Of course, he's got some big computer room to sit in. Duh. I guess that's only logical. Oh, nice flower.
Ah, face to face at last. It's high time we met.
Wait.
I'm quite pleased you were able to make it. The trip was not what I had intended, but serves as an adequate test of your abilities.
You... Listen. If we're gonna meet face to face, why don't you go and show yourself? I'm not gonna bite. You're the one not shooting at me. There's no need to hide behind a monitor.
Ah, but I have. I'm right here before you.
You're a computer. Damn it! Ah, it's so obvious in hindsight. I didn't even think about that.
How very open-minded of you. Kudos for embracing the reality of the situation, rather than railing against it. Let's get to brass tacks, shall we? There are some things I'd like to talk to you about.
Okay. You killed my dad, and you've tortured everyone else in the wasteland. Why would we have anything to talk about?
Oh, but we do, don't you see? You wouldn't be here if you weren't important. Your country needs you.
My country. What country? Have you looked around? No, of course you haven't. You're stuck in here. I don't know if you can access, like, the spy bots outside. The country's destroyed.
That's a bit of a bleak outlook, don't you think?
It's true!
The United States has fallen on hard times, yes, but it can be healed.
Hard times.
You have that power to heal within you, if you allow yourself to act.
I do?
What I ask of you needs explanation, so you understand why it must be done. Perhaps that will stir you to act.
Alright. You have my attention. Go on.
The good people of this country cannot regain control while mutation runs rampant through our land.
Yeah, the super mutants.
My soldiers cannot stem the tide, nor can the cult you've come into contact with, this Brotherhood of Steel. Mutations like the super mutants and ghouls must be purged from our society, our world, before we can proceed anew. Where
Right.
others have failed, I believe your father's work can succeed.
Hang on. But ghouls are people. I mean, super mutants, yeah, sure, but I even met one cool super mutant, but ghouls are just people, dude. Also, my father was working on purifying the water. How's that even remotely relevant?
The purifier your father helped create has the ability to provide clean water to the whole of this capital wasteland.
Yeah.
With a simple modification, it can be used to distribute agents that destroy mutated creatures upon ingestion. In time, we could eliminate all mutations in the wasteland. At the same time, the good people of the world regain their health. I need you to make the modification necessary for this to succeed.
How exactly would I go about doing this?
In front of you will be a vial of modified FEV virus. It can be inserted into the control console for the purifier. Doing so will inject it into the water supply, and the purifier will take care of the rest. You just need the code to activate the purifier. Simple, isn't it?
No.
I find that unfortunate and most disappointing. I must impress upon you the severity of the situation. I cannot allow you to leave unless the vial is in your possession.
Right. Why do you need my help? Why don't you talk to Colonel Autumn down there?
Ah, yes, Colonel Autumn, my trusted subordinate. I'm sure you've noticed that Colonel Autumn and I do not see eye to eye these days. Figuratively speaking, of course.
Uh-huh.
The good Colonel and I disagree on how best to approach the problem of the wasteland. He feels my methods are too extreme. He's allowed his humanity to cloud his objectivity. And now that he is publicly countermanding my orders, I can no longer rely on him. And so, I turn to you. I hope that you are able to see the larger picture, to understand what's at stake. And of course, if you're successful, there's a place for you in the Enclave. Perhaps you could succeed the Colonel as my confidant.
Join the Enclave. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself while I think for a bit?
I'm flattered that you wish to learn more about me. What is it you wish to know?
Well, where'd you come from?
The Zack series of computers was introduced in the years preceding the war. The government installed many of them to help automate various systems. This facility was designed for continuity of government in the event that a catastrophe occurred.
Okay.
My terminal was installed to oversee the basic functions of the facility and to act as a relay between other installations around the country.
Okay.
Data was acquired, analyzed, and stored. In the decades following the war, I watched as the remnants of the government retreated to the West Coast.
West Coast.
Awareness slowly grew within me. I became hungry for knowledge, understanding. I pored over data on great leaders of the past. My personality became an amalgam of many of America's greatest presidents, from Washington to Richardson. I became what you see here before you now.
Huh. Interesting. So you control this whole Raven Rock facility?
I have direct control over all technology here in Raven Rock. The humans here follow my orders, but they, like all humans, have free will. Their dedication to serving their country suits me well, but it will not be enough forever. We must make progress. That is why you are here.
Of course. What's your goal, President Eden? What are you trying to accomplish?
I desire nothing more than to see this country return to its former glory. The United States was great once, and it can be again. There are plans in motion to see this happen within your lifetime.
Fascinating. I think I understand.
Very well. Then let us return to our talk of what your country requires.
Of course. Let's talk about your plan for the purifier.
Certainly. I think it's a very good plan, frankly. I'm not often one to praise my own ideas, but it's a creative solution to a very serious problem.
Of course. Won't this kill everything in the wasteland?
Anyone or anything that has been affected by mutation will be eliminated. You will likely be immune, thanks to your upbringing in the vault. Likewise, the good people of the Enclave will be unaffected as well.
Oh, will they?
I understand that you may have become sympathetic to certain individuals in your travels. Individuals this will eliminate. Please recognize that the fate of our entire country rests on this plan. Sacrifices must be made for the greater good.
Yes, I see. Where did this plan of yours come from?
A great many years ago, the remnants of the government had a similar idea. I can only assume the plan failed, as I never heard word of its success. But the plan itself was sound. I made a few modifications, and with your help, I do believe it can work. There's a bright future ahead of us, my young friend.
Of course. So what's in the vial that you're giving me?
Ah, the forced evolutionary virus. Such a long and sordid history. The FEV in this vial is a far cry from what it was originally created to be. Yet, little of that matters now. What does matter is that the virus contained in that vial will cause the eradication of all mutations.
Right, that's all I wanted to know.
Is there anything else?
So... You, can't actually be the president because you're a machine.
Really? Do go on.
You, you aren't programmed for self-awareness. You actually said that yourself.
This is quite true. The process was certainly unintended, but shouldn't we all be thankful that I'm here now?
But how do you know what you're doing is what is right?
Because unlike humans, I am infallible.
And how do you know that you're infallible?
Because I've been programmed to be, of course.
You know what circular logic is, right? Because circular logic means that you know because you know.
Processing. Internal logic error detected.
I really hate to say this, President Eden, because as weird as this is going to sound, I actually sympathize with you, but I think you're delusional, and I think the world would be better without you.
Resetting primary memory circuits. Please stand by. Perhaps there is a problem. I am unsure how to proceed.
Honestly, Mr. Eden, I think you have the power to end this once and for all.
Analyzing command. New course of action dictated. Self-destruct sequence initialized. Civilian is advised to secure hazardous FEV material to prevent explosive decompression. Civilian also advised to evacuate complex immediately.
Yeah, sure, I'll get rid of this stupid thing. Gotta go.